Here are the full question type maps and the exact answering techniques for decision making. Thought for 59s. Locked. Here are the full question type maps and the exact answering techniques for decision making. DM, verbal reasoning, VR, and situational judgment, SJT, with drills split out and labeled for direct use. No fluff. Decision making. DM, question types 1 syllogisms and deductive reasoning, universal particular, then, Ukat see case, 2 conditional logic, if then, contrapositive, converse inverse, Ukat see case 3 logical puzzle sequencing grids, positional, matching, Ukat see case 4 then set and inclusion exclusion, counts overlaps, Ukat see case 5 probability and risk, independent dependent, complementary, either or, Ukat see case 6 decision probability trees, multi-stage events, Ukat see case 7 expected value risk reward, EV compare, Ukat see case 8 argument evaluation, assumptions, strong weak, fallacies, Ukat see case 9 data interpretation, tables graphs, units, outliers, Ukat see case, answering techniques, by type, comma syllogisms and then, translate narrative to symbols, tag universal, all none, versus particular, some at least one, sketch fast 2-3 set then, test each conclusion against the diagram, comma never infer converse, only deduct what must follow, Ukat see case, conditional logic, lock the contrapositive, if QP is valid, do not equate converse, QP, or inverse, PQ, with the original, comma for chained rules, map PQR before reading options, Ukat see case, puzzle sequencing grids, build a table with 1 column per variable, place anchors, first last fixed, first, comma resolve locking clues before floating clues, run a contradiction sweep at end, Ukat see case, then set counts for not none, mark each region, use inclusion exclusion to avoid double counting, complement, Ukat see case, probability, and trees, draw the tree, multiply along branches, add across compatible outcomes, independent, P, ob, equals P, A, P, B, dependent, update denominators, comma use complements for at least one none, dot, label terminal nodes, Ukat see case, expected value, compute EV equals Greek letter sigma, zvalu, compare Fs, don't eyeball, Ukat see case, comma argument evaluation, strong equals directly answers the question with relevant, factual support, weak equals opinion, emotional, out of scope, post hoc, correlation causation, over, generalization, isolate the assumption, state the gap that must be true, Ukat see case, data interpretation, transcribe only the needed figures, confirm unit scales, spot outliers, estimate, before full calc, Ukat see case, drills, direct use, two-statement deduction, edge case syllogisms, contrapositive inverse table, 10 sec then speed, Ukat see case, comma probability micro drills, mutually exclusive versus non-exclusive, independence recognition, Ukat see case, decision probability trees, complete labeling plus cumulative probabilities, Ukat see case, data skills, unit scale conversion, tabla list, outlier ID, distractor elimination reread, Ukat see case, DM priming and calibration priming statement, daily week type reps 2. 5% error, backsolve every miss, Ukat see case, verbal reasoning, VR, question types, complete, true false can't tell, TFCT, inference implication, author's opinion attitude tone, comma detail retrieval sourcing, main idea purpose theme, vocabulary and context meaning, implied meaning paraphrase match, negative stems, not except least, comma comparative superlative, cause effect, data numeric in text, fact versus opinion Ukat see case, core answering techniques, operational laws, VR is a logic hunt, passage only, 0 outside knowledge, comma pace law, NEQ, 30-40s answer flag move, accuracy over ego, Ukat see case, evidence only discipline, TFCT backbone, true only if the entire statement is explicitly supported, comma false only if explicitly contradicted, can't tell if any link is missing, even if likely, dot, Ukat see case, distractor control, kill extremes, always never, out of scope, reversals, half-true paraphrases, exaggerated claims, maintain a synonym trap bank, ask does this mean the same as the line, dot, Ukat see case, keyword anchoring and mapping, pre-write 1-3 anchors, names dates unique terms, scan lines, don't read top 2, bottom unless forced, for multi-paragraph sets, tag pararoles, definition example contrast data, to locate answers faster, Ukat see case, negative stems, under reversed logic, Ukat see case, underline not except least, invert the selection rule, recheck each option, techniques by Q type, inference implication, must be a necessary consequence of explicit lines, no new, facts, Ukat see case, author attitude tone, read modal verbs adverbs, intensity must match the passage, avoid overstating, Ukat see case, detail sourcing, anchor scan verify exact phrase figure eliminate near, matches, Ukat see case, main idea purpose, use pararole map, select the option that best spans all paragraphs, not a detail, You could see case, vocab in context. Substitute each option into the sentence. Pick the meaning that keeps author's intent. You could see case, comparative supers. Check the compared set and scope. Ensure the passage actually supports the ordering. You could see case, cause-effect. Demand explicit causal link. If only correlation is present, reject. You could see case, fact versus opinion. Facts are verifiable statements in the text. Opinions are value-laden or speculative. You could see case, drills, direct use, meta-strategy rotation. Read all questions first hybrid, with a daily log. You could see case, CTRL plus FI sniper digital manual I scan. Anchor stack, write anchors before scanning. You could see case, paragraph role mapping. Mark fact example contrast data. Trap word, spotting, always never may must. You could see case, high-speed scheme plus flashback. 1-min scheme, if stuck at 45s. Flashback to anchors. You could see case, time triage and flag move. Strict 30-40s rule, buffer for flagged. You could see case, situational judgment, SJT, core framework, use on every scenario. GMC domains, knowledge skills performance, safety and quality, communication, partnership teamwork, maintaining trust, ethics, beneficence, non-maleficence, autonomy, justice, duty of candor, safeguarding, can override confidentiality, decision tree, safety risk escalate, consent capacity issue check document escalate, confidentiality uphold unless safeguarding, team communication, breakdown address, escalate if harm risk. You could see case, you could response formats and rubric, appropriateness, 4-point rating, very appropriate but not ideal. Inappropriate but not awful very inappropriate, importance, 4-point rating, very important of minor importance. Not important at all, response tiering overlay, green, best practice proactive, amber, needs addressing, red, unsafe unprofessional, escalate. You could see case, answering techniques, apply consistently, safety first, anything endangering patient's immediate escalation to the correct senior, do not delay. You could see case, work within remit, act within competence, seek help if unsure, never guess, clinical information. You could see case, confidentiality and consent capacity, maintain privacy, check capacity, share on a need-to-know basis, safeguarding overrides if risk. You could see case, professional communication, be honest, respectful, supportive, address issues privately where possible, document appropriately. You could see case, duty of candor, when errors occur, be open, apologize, explain, escalate if harm, recurrence risk. You could see case, proportional escalation, hierarchy ladder, address directly escalate to immediate senior formal reporting if repeated serious. You could see case, scenario patterns, how to rate, impaired colleague, e.g., alcohol at work, best, take them aside, remove from patient care, escalate as needed, protect safety, poor, ignore, cover for them. You could see case, information you're not authorized to give, best, explain limits, signpost escalate to appropriate person, poor, guest to reassure, walk away. You could see case, errors in notes, best, flag to colleague, help correct, escalate if repeated dangerous, avoid solo silent, edits. You could see case, unprofessional behavior, public admonishment, best, address privately after, escalate if repeated serious, do not ignore. You could see case, drills, direct use, flag and escalate drill, identify the exact escalation ladder plus who to inform, justify each step with GMC mapping. You could see case, role limit drill, state if within competence, if not, safe refusal plus escalation script. You could see case, red flag spotting drill, rapid classify options as red amber green and name the breached principal. You could see case, documentation drill, specify what where to document and who is informed. You could see case, persona flip drill, replay scenario from junior peer senior patient and adjust action. You could see case, hierarchy ladder drill, map the escalation path for ambiguous reporting lines. You could see case, trap frequency drill, label cognitive traps, hero bias, collusion, delay, per option. You could see case, cross-section execution, applies to all three, question deconstruction, identify type extract explicit facts map logic eliminate irrelevant lines. You could see case, distractor elimination, reread options post-work, watch reversals and near, matches. You could see case, timing discipline, strict time boxes, simulate worst-case pressure, backsolve every miss. You could see case, if you want this exported as 3 printable 1-pagers, DMVRSJT, with drills on the back, say so and I'll generate them exactly as above with the CK language intact. You could, decision-making, DM, 1-pager. You could, decision-making, DM, 1-pager. A question types 1. Syllogisms and deductive reasoning, universal particular, then 2 conditional logic, if-then chains, contrapositive, not converse inverse. 3. Logical, puzzle sequencing grid-based matching 4. Then set and inclusion exclusion, counts overlaps complements 5. Probability, independent dependent, complementary, either or. 6. Decision probability trees, multi-stage event 7. Expected value risk reward, EV compare 8. Argument evaluation, assumptions, strong weak, fallacies. 9. Data interpretation. Tables, charts, units, outliers. B. Core formulae, logic rules. Inclusion, exclusion. Two sets. N. Ob. Equals N. A. Plus N. B. N. Ob. Complement. N. A. Equals N. N. A. Probability. P. A. Equals 1 P. A. Independent. P. Ob. Equals P. A. P. B. Non-exclusive union. P. Ob. Equals P. A. Plus P. B. P. Ob. Conditional. If PQ. Valid, contrapositive is QP. Converse. QP. And inverse. PQ. Are invalid. Trees. Multiply along branches. Add across compatible endpoints. Label every terminal node. Expected value. EV equals Greek letter sigma. PXV. See answering techniques. By type 1. Syllogisms Venn. Translate to symbols. Sketch 2-3 set Venn. Test each conclusion. Never infer extra 2 conditional chains. Map PQR before options. Apply contrapositive. Reject. Converse inverse traps 3. Puzzle grid. Build a table. Place anchors fixed items first. Resolve locking clues contradiction sweep at end 4. Sets counts. Mark all regions. Use complements for none at least 1. Inclusion exclusion to avoid double count 5 probability. Draw tree for multi-stage. Update denominators when without replacement. Use complements for 1. 6. Ev risk. Compute EV. Then compare. Ignore gut feel. Check sign and unit 7 argument strength. Strong equals directly relevant and evidence-based. Weak equals opinion. Correlation association. New info. Scope shift 8. Data. Read headers units first. Convert units. Transcribe only needed figures. Estimate before exact calc. D-speed accuracy protocol. 40-45's cap per item. If unresolved, pick best candidate flag move. Estimate compute. Kill obviously wrong options fast. Comma back solve. Plug options when algebra is hidden. Sanity check magnitudes. Error loop. For every miss, name the trap. Converse double count unit slip. E-drills. Rapid. To statement deduction. 10/day. 10 seconds Venn speed reps. Contrapositive. Inverse mini deck. Probability micro drills. Mutual exclusivity versus independence. Complements 1. Decision trees. Label plus cumulative probability. Data discipline. Unit scale. Outlier elimination. Tableau list transcription. Ukat. Verbal reasoning. VR. 1-pager. Ukat. Verbal reasoning. VR. 1-pager. A. Question types. True false can't tell. TFCT. Inference implication. Author attitude tone. Detail retrieval sourcing. Main idea purpose. Vocabulary and context. Comma paraphrase implied meaning. Negative stems. Not except least. Comparative superlative. Cause effect. Data numeric in text. Fact versus opinion. B. Operating principles. Passage only evidence. No outside knowledge. Time law. 30-40's hard cap per question. Answer flag move. Evidence discipline. TFCT. True equals fully supported. False equals explicitly contradicted. Can't tell equals any link missing. See global techniques. Keyword anchors. Prenote 1-3 unique terms. Scan to lines. Verify. Paragraph role map. Definition example contrast data. Choose answers that fit role and scope. Distractor control. Kill extremes. Always never. Reversals. Out of scope. Half-true paraphrases. Negative stems. Underline not except least. Invert selection rule. Retest each option under inversion. Numbers in text. Confirm units, dates, and scopes. Avoid transposed figures. D techniques by type. TFCT. Apply strict evidence rule. Do not infer. Comma inference implication. Must be a necessary consequence. No new facts inserted. Author attitude tone. Read modal verbs adverbs. Match intensity. Avoid over. Stating. Detail retrieval. Anchor scan quote check eliminate near misses. Main idea purpose. Pick option spanning all paragraphs. Not an example. Vocab in context. Substitute options into sentence. Keep author's intent. Comma comparative superlative. Verify compared set and scope explicitly supported. Cause effect. Demand explicit causal link. Correlation alone fails. Fact versus opinion. Fact equals verifiable statement in text. Opinion equals value hedge. Speculation. Execution modes. Questions first. Data-heavy passages. Read all. Short argumentative passages. Hybrid. Scheme 30-45s. Then QS. Flag move discipline. Buffer time for returns. F drills. Rapid. Meta strategy rotation. Read all cues first hybrid. With accuracy log. Anchor stack plus I scan. Simulate CTRL plus F via manual scanning. Comma paragraph role mapping sprint plus trap word spotting. Always never may must. High speed scheme plus flashback. 1 minute scheme. 45 stuck return to anchors. Ukat situational judgment. SJT. 1. Pager. Ukat situational judgment test. SJT. 1 pager. A core framework. GMC domains. Knowledge skills performance. Safety and quality. Communication. Partnership teamwork. Maintaining trust. Ethics. Beneficence. Non-maleficence. Autonomy. Justice. Duty of candor. Confidentiality. Safeguarding overrides. Comma decision tree. Safety risk act immediately escalate. Capacity consent assess document escalate. Confidentiality uphold unless safeguarding. Team. Issue address professionally. Escalate proportionally. B. Response formats. Appropriateness. Very appropriate, appropriate but not ideal, inappropriate but not awful, very inappropriate. Importance. Very important, important of minor importance, not important at all. See universal answering techniques. Safety first. Anything risking harm, remove risk. Inform senior. Do not delay. Work within remit. Stay within competence. Seek help for uncertainty. Do not guess clinical info. Confidentiality and consent. Minimum necessary disclosure. Check capacity, safeguarding can justify disclosure. Professional communication. Honest. Respectful. Supportive. Address privately. When possible. Document. Duty of candor. When errors occur, be open. Apologize. Explain. Prevent recurrence. Escalate where needed. Proportional escalation. Hierarchy ladder. Address directly line manager. Immediate senior formal reporting if serious repeated. D. Scenario patterns. How to rate. Impaired colleague. E.g. intoxicated at work. Take aside. Remove from patient care. Escalate. Never ignore cover. Information request beyond your role. Explain limits. Signpost to appropriate person. Do not guess or refuse rudely. Errors in records. Raise with colleague. Correct appropriately. Document. Escalate if repeated, dangerous. Don't secretly alter. Unprofessional behavior. Public. Admonishment. Address privately. Escalate if repeated, serious. Do not ignore. Patient confidentiality versus safeguarding. If risk of significant harm, disclose to appropriate authority. Document. Red, amber, green filter. Green. Patient safety. Honesty. Documentation. Escalation to the right person working within competence. Respect. Amber. Minor delay. Partial action. Missing documentation. Improvable but not dangerous. Red. Unsafe. Dishonest. Confidentiality breach without justification. Discrimination. Retaliation. Intimidation. Collusion. Delay in face of harm. F. Drills. Rapid. Flag and escalate. Name exact person role to contact for each scenario. Justify with GMC domain. Role limit script. This is beyond my competence. Let me get the appropriate senior. Red flag spotting. Label options red, amber, green and the breached principle. Documentation. Specify what, where to record and who is informed. Hierarchy ladder maps for common settings. Ward. Clinic. Theater. Community. Ukat quantitative reasoning. QR. Desk. Onopager. Front. Ukat quantitative reasoning. QR. Desk onopager. Front. A. Percentages and growth. Converters. X% equals X/100 equals 0x. Increase decrease by P%. Multiply by 1 plus or minus P/100. Compound. Value N equals value 0x. 1 plus or minus P/100. N. Reverse percent. Original equals final percent. 1 plus or minus P/100. Percentage points. New percent. Old percent. Do not divide. Technique. Use percent multipliers. Chain multipliers for sequential changes. Reverse by dividing. B ratios and proportion. Split S in ratio A. B shares. A plus B. XS. B. A plus B. XS. Direct proportion. Y equals KX. Inverse. Y equals KX. Weighted average. Greek letter sigma WIXI. Percent. Greek letter sigma WI. Technique. Reduce ratios. Unitary method. Find one part scale. Beware wrong part traps. See averages and basic stats. Mean equals n. Median equals middle. Sort. Even and mean of two middles. Mode equals most frequent. Range equals max. Min. Weighted mean equals Greek letter sigma WIXI, Greek letter sigma WI. SD. Qual. Scaling all data by K scales SD by K. Technique. For table questions, compute only needed cells. Estimate before exact. D rates and conversions. Speed V equals dt. D equals VT. T equals dV. Density Greek letter O equals MV. M equals V equals M Greek letter O. Flow production. Rate x time equals amount. Units. Length x 10 cap 3 area x 10 cap 6 volume x 10 cap 9. Remember. Square cube the. Factor. Currency. Chain factors forward. Reverse by dividing. E geometry. Perimeter area volume. Perimeter. Rect 2. L plus W. Square 4A. Triangle A plus B plus C. Circle C equals 2 pi r. Area. Rect LW. Square A squared. Triangle 12BH. Parallelogram BH. Trapezium 12. A plus B. H. Circle pi r squared. Sector. Greek letter theta 360 pi r squared. Arc. Greek letter theta 360. 2 pi r volume. Cuboid LWH. Cuba 3. Cylinder pi r squared. Sphere 4/3 pi r 3. Cone 1/3 pi r squared. Pyramid 1/3 BH. Surface area. When needed. Cylinder 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. Sphere 4 pi r squared. Cone pi r l plus pi r squared. Pythagoras. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. F graphs tables linear. Gradient m equals yx. Y equals mx plus c. Read axes units first. Check scale. Convert units before combining. Technique. Transcribe only needed numbers. Estimate. Then compute. G money math and time schedule. Profit equals revenue. cost. Margin on revenue equals profit revenue. Markup on cost equals profit cost. V8 inclusive exclusive. Percent. 1 plus VAT. Comma multiple agents. Add rates. Average speed for trip equals total distance percent total time. H calculator workflow. 1 clean entry. Estimate first. Backsolve with options when algebra is hidden. Use percent multipliers and compound as repeated multipliers. 40-45's cap pick flag move. Print double-sided. Flip on long edge. Ukat. Decision making. DM. Math and logic. On a picture. Back. Ukat. Decision making. DM. Math and logic on a picture. Back. A sets then counting. 2 sets. N. Ob. Equals N. A. Plus N. B. N. Ob. Complement. N. A. Equals N. N. A. Comma 3 sets. N. A. B. C. Equals N. A. Plus N. B. Plus N. C. N. Ob. N. A. C. N. B. C. Plus N. A. B. C. Technique. Sketch regions. Use complements for none at least 1. Avoid double count. B. Probability and trees. Basics. P. A. Equals 1 P. A. Independent. P. Ob. Equals P. A. P. B. Union. Non-exclusive. P. Ob. Equals P. A. Plus P. B. P. Ob. Conditional. P. B. A. Equals P. Ob. P. A. Comma trees. Multiply along branches. Add across compatible endpoints. Label terminal nodes. Dependent events. Update denominators. Without replacement. Comma technique cues. Use complement for 1 none. Draw in a tree for 2 plus stages. See expected value risk. EV equals Greek letter sigma. PIX value I. Compare EVs directly. Comma technique. Compute. Don't eyeball. Watch sign units. D percent change inside DM tables. Percent equals. New. Old. Old x 100%. Reverse percent. Original equals final percent. 1 plus or minus P. Comma technique. Convert before comparing. Avoid mixing percent and absolutes. E conditional deductive logic. If PQ then contrapositive valid. QP. Converse. QP, and inverse, PQ, are invalid inferences, comma chain rules, map PQR before testing options, technique, isolate the assumption, test necessity, not plausibility, F argument evaluation, strong weak, comma strong, relevant, directly addresses claim, evidence-based, weak, correlation causation, new info, anecdote opinion, scope shift, ad hominem, technique, restate the conclusion, ask does this directly support weaken it, G data discipline, read headers units, convert before calculating, transcribe only the needed figures, estimate tech compute, sanita check magnitudes, backsolve from options where, faster, H speed protocol, 40-45's cap per item, pick flag move, error loop, label the trap, converse double account unit slip, and patch immediately, use miniven or minitree on scrap to prevent mental overload.